Hola, profes. Bienvenidos to Próxima Parada España. As you go through the slides, don't forget to take a look to the right and the left side in the margin notes for helpful tips and tricks as you go about your teaching. We always like to let our parents and guardians know a little bit more about what's taking place in class. So we've included an editable copy of this letter, both in English and Spanish. You'll find that in the Google Drive folder of the resource. Bringing in that cultural piece to every project is so extremely important. You'll find some excellent ideas to have your students compare and contrast. For example, they can talk about some of the differences and similarities between balcones and patios, or possibly dólares y euros. Sometimes they like to come up with their own, and we encourage that as well. On slide 8, you will find a fabulous resource that you don't even just have to use for this project. We actually use this this resource starting in September. So students have seen this multiple times throughout the school year, and it's very helpful for them on their AP exam as well. Slide 15 offers some of the essential questions that we usually chat with students about at the beginning of the unit, and then we refer to them frequently throughout the 2 to 3 weeks. We like to explain this project to our students from start to finish right at the beginning so they can kind of get their minds and brains wrapped around the entire activity and be thinking about what's coming up next. So this slide is helpful to lay out the dates that each slide is due so they can plan in advance if they have any after-school activities or church functions or family get-togethers. They can organize their time around their schedule to make sure that their work is completed in a timely manner. As slides are completed, you can move up to slide number 11, and this is a really great way to have students give peer feedback to other students on what they've done great with their slide and maybe a few things that they could do to improve it before they submit it to you for review. Depending on your school schedule and how much time you'd like to allot for this project, we recommend 2 to 3 weeks. On the final day, we have our class presentations, which is something that we look forward to every single year. I think we would all agree that usually the first time students present, they might not do quite as well as they would the second or the third time they present. So here's a helpful visual to show you how we've done it in the past. The student would present, for example, to group A. Then after they're finished, they would move to group B, while the students are sitting at the table and filling out a rubric on how they did. By the time they get to the second or the third presentation, that's where the teacher would be listening to how they're doing for their final presentation grade. That helps to give the student confidence and practice before their final presentation that they would do with you there listening. For some added fun and creativity, please print off these boarding passes and hand them out to students as they come in so they will know which table to sit at. And if you'd like to add some added fun and creativity, you can have students in small groups actually pack their equipaje de mano. They can actually bring in the things that they would need according to the airlines and actually pack a suitcase and weigh their suitcase. And over here off to the right in number 2, see if they are able to lift the suitcase and put it up above as if they were placing their bag up into the overhead storage. We sure hope that you and your students enjoy this authentic, fun, hands-on project. Please reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns. We are just an email away, and don't forget to connect with us on Facebook and Instagram.